Welcome back to A History of Simple Things. Today's episode comes straight from one of our viewers. A huge shout out to David S. for the awesome suggestion. David asked, how do hybrid vehicles actually work? If you've ever wondered how these cars magically switch between electricity and gasoline to save fuel without leaving you stranded, you're not alone. Hybrids really are the best of both worlds: great fuel economy, lower emissions, and zero compromise on convenience. So how do they pull off this balancing act? Let's break it down, step by step. Simple: a hybrid is a car that combines two power sources, a traditional gasoline engine and an electric motor. Instead of running only on gas like most cars, hybrids use both electricity and fuel, giving you better mileage and fewer emissions. There are three main types, and each works a little differently. The most common is the parallel hybrid, think Toyota Prius or Honda Insight. Here, both the gas engine and the electric motor are connected to the wheels and can power the car together or separately. At low speeds or in traffic, you're probably running on pure electricity. Need to accelerate or climb a hill? The gas engine jumps in seamlessly, sometimes helping the electric motor, sometimes taking over completely. Then there are series hybrids, like the BMW i3 with range extender. The gasoline engine never directly drives the wheels. Instead, it acts like a generator, producing electricity to charge the battery or feed the electric motor. The car basically runs as an electric vehicle most of the time, and the gas engine only kicks in when the battery needs a boost. The result? Super quiet and smooth, especially in city driving. Finally, plug-in hybrids or PHEVs take it further with a much bigger battery you can charge from a wall outlet. Cars like the Toyota RAV4 Prime or Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV can go 20 to 60 miles or more on electricity alone. Charge it overnight, and many people barely use any gasoline for daily commuting. Every hybrid has a big high-voltage battery, usually lithium-ion. Unlike regular cars that waste energy as heat every time you brake, hybrids capture that kinetic energy through regenerative braking, convert it back into electricity, and store it in the battery. It's like getting free fuel every time you slow down. And how does the switch between gas and electric feel? Incredible, you barely notice it. A super smart computer constantly monitors your speed, the battery level, traffic, even how hard you press the pedal, and decides in milliseconds the most efficient way to power the car. That's why hybrids feel so smooth and quiet. So why bother with a hybrid? You'll use way less fuel, often 40 to 50 plus mpg, produce lower emissions than regular cars, enjoy less wear on brakes and the engine, meaning cheaper maintenance over time, and in many countries you'll still get tax credits or rebates. Yes, they cost a bit more upfront, but most owners recoup the difference in fuel savings within a few years. Quick myth bust: hybrids are slow. Nope. The instant torque from the electric motor makes many hybrids surprisingly quick off the line. Some hypercars like the McLaren P1 or Ferrari SF90 are hybrids and absolutely fly. Hybrid tech keeps getting better: longer electric ranges, faster charging, and soon solid-state batteries that last even longer. We're already seeing hybrid buses, trucks, delivery vans, and even boats. They're the perfect bridge until full electric becomes practical for everyone. So there you have it. Hybrid vehicles aren't mysterious sci-fi tech, they're a clever, real-world blend of gasoline and electricity that saves you money and helps the planet, without changing how you drive. Thanks again to David S. for the great topic. If you've got a simple thing you want us to explain next, how it works step by step. You lift off the accelerator or lightly press the brake. In most hybrids/EVs, simply lifting your foot off the gas pedal starts regenerative braking. This is sometimes called one-pedal driving in full EVs. The car immediately begins slowing down without you touching the brake pedal. The electric motor flips into reverse mode. The same electric motor that propels the car forward now acts as a generator. Instead of using electricity to spin the wheels, the spinning wheels force the motor to spin, which generates electricity. This creates resistance, drag, that slows the car down. That's the braking force you feel. Electricity flows back to the battery. The alternating current, AC, produced by the spinning motor is converted by the inverter into direct current, DC, and sent straight back to the high-voltage battery pack. You can often watch this happen live on the dashboard, a little arrow or bar shows power flowing back into the battery icon. Blending with friction brakes. Regen alone can't stop the car completely, especially at very low speeds, because a spinning motor generates less electricity the slower it turns. So when you need stronger braking or come to a full stop, the traditional hydraulic friction brakes automatically blend in. Modern systems make this transition completely seamless. You can't feel when one stops and the other starts. How much energy does it actually recover? In city driving, lots of stop and go, regenerative braking can recover 60 to 80% of the energy that would otherwise be lost. On the highway, it's much less useful because there are fewer braking events. Real-world example, Tesla claims that in urban driving, regen can add 20 to 30% more range compared to if the car had no regenerative braking. Different levels of regen. Many EVs let you adjust how aggressive the regeneration is. Low regen feels more like a traditional car, coasts when you lift off. High/1 pedal mode, the car slows down dramatically as soon as you lift off the accelerator. Some drivers can do 95% of their driving without ever touching the brake pedal. Visual example, what you see on the dashboard. When you're coasting or braking lightly. Energy flow diagram shows arrows going from the wheel's motor battery. You might see plus 5 kilowatts or plus 30 kilowatts of power being fed back into the battery. 30 kilowatts is roughly 40 horsepower, that's a lot of energy you're recapturing. Limitations. Regen works best when the battery has room to accept a charge. If the battery is almost full, e.g., going downhill for a long time, the system automatically reduces regen and uses the friction brakes more to prevent overcharging. In very cold weather, lithium-ion batteries accept charge more slowly, so regen is often limited until the battery warms up. Bottom line. Regenerative braking is essentially free energy harvesting. Every time you slow down, you're putting miles back into the battery instead of turning them into useless heat. It's the main reason hybrids and EVs are so much more efficient in city driving than traditional gasoline cars, and it's a big part of why many EV owners say the car feels like it's braking itself when you lift off the accelerator. 1.6s.